Quantum biology's anomalies look at your hand. Just look at it for a second. See the lines on your palm, the tiny hairs, the pulse you can feel just beneath the skin. You've been taught that this is a biological machine. A masterpiece, yes, but a machine nonetheless. Governed by chemistry, by electrical signals, by a genetic code written in a language of 4 letters. But what if that's only half the story? What if deep within the cells of your hand, within the very fabric of your being, a much stranger, more magical drama is playing out? A drama that defies the laws of the world we think we know. Welcome to the frontier of science, to the shadowy, shimmering world of quantum biology. And tonight, we're not here to talk about the settled facts. We're here to explore the anomalies, the cracks in reality where the light of a deeper truth gets in. For nearly a century, we've lived with a schism in our understanding of the universe. On one hand, we have the world of the very large, planets, galaxies, the cosmos, beautifully described by Einstein's relativity. On the other, we have the world of the very small, atoms, particles, governed by the bizarre, almost nonsensical rules of quantum mechanics. In this quantum realm, particles can be in 2 places at once. They can teleport, instantly, through a phenomenon so spooky that Einstein himself rejected it. They can become entangled, sharing a connection so profound that measuring one instantly influences its partner, even if that partner is on the other side of the galaxy. And for decades, we were told this ghostly world was separate. It was for physicists in labs, for particles chilled to near absolute zero in massive vacuum chambers. It was too delicate, too fragile to survive the warm, wet, messy chaos of a living cell. Life, we were told, was a classical phenomenon. But the anomalies tell a different story. Let's start with a mystery that has captivated humanity for millennia, the miracle of migration. Consider the humble European robin. Every year, this tiny bird, weighing less than a coin, embarks on an epic journey from Scandinavia to the Mediterranean. It flies thousands of miles, often at night, often over featureless oceans, with a pinpoint accuracy that would make the most advanced GPS system blush. How? For years, we thought it was a magnetic compass in its beak. But the Earth's magnetic field is incredibly weak, far too weak to directly trigger a chemical reaction in a classical way. It's like trying to move a mountain by whispering to it. The numbers didn't add up. It was an anomaly. Then, quantum biology offered a key. And it's a key that lies in the very act of seeing. Imagine, for a moment, that inside the robin's eye, a photon of light, a single particle of sunlight, strikes a molecule. This event doesn't just create a tiny electrical signal. No, it creates a quantum earthquake. The energy of that photon creates what's called a radical pair. 2 molecules that become quantumly entangled. Their fates are intertwined. Now here's the magic. The spin of these entangled electrons is exquisitely, delicately sensitive to the orientation of the Earth's magnetic field. Depending on how the field lines up, this entangled pair will choose one chemical pathway over another. It's a biological switch, but it's not a classical switch. It's a quantum switch. The bird, quite literally, sees the magnetic field. It has a quantum sense woven into its vision. It's navigating the planet using a built-in, quantum-entangled GPS that connects it to the invisible forces of the Earth itself. That's not just biology, that's alchemy. But if that sounds incredible, let's go deeper. Let's go to the very source of life, the code of you, your DNA. The DNA in every one of your cells is constantly being damaged. Ultraviolet light from the sun, radiation, toxins, they're all constantly breaking the rungs of your twisted molecular ladder. If this damage isn't repaired, it leads to mutations, to cancer, to cell death. And for decades, we assumed the repair mechanism was a slow, mechanical process. Enzymes would bump into the DNA, find a break, and patch it up. But there's a problem: time. The search is too efficient. It's like finding a single specific word, misspelled, in a library of millions of books, in a matter of seconds. The classical math simply doesn't work. It's another anomaly. The quantum answer? Something that sounds like it's straight out of a fantasy novel: quantum coherence. The theory suggests that the energy from the broken DNA doesn't just sit in one place. It doesn't travel like a messenger running down a hall. Instead, it behaves like a wave. It exists in a coherent state, exploring multiple pathways through the DNA molecule simultaneously. It's effectively in many places at once, conducting a lightning-fast quantum survey of the entire structure to locate its injured partner. Once it finds the damage, the wave collapses, and the repair enzymes are guided directly to the break. It's a form of quantum teleportation of information. Your body isn't just repairing itself. It's using the ghostly, non-local properties of the quantum world to perform instantaneous diagnostics. The blueprint of you is maintained by a silent, shimmering quantum echo. Now let's talk about the very heart of life on Earth: photosynthesis. Plants, algae, and some bacteria perform what seems like a simple magic trick. They take sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide, and they turn it into sugar and oxygen. But the efficiency of the first step, harvesting the light, is staggeringly high, almost 100%. In our solar panels, we struggle to achieve half that. Why? Because in a classical system, the energy from a captured photon, what scientists call an exciton, would have to randomly bounce through a forest of chlorophyll molecules to find the reaction center where it's converted to chemical energy. It's a drunken walk through a maze, and it should waste most of the energy as heat. But it doesn't. The anomaly, once again, points to quantum weirdness. Evidence now suggests that these excitons don't take a single path. They don't bounce. They perform a quantum walk. They explore all possible paths through the chlorophyll network at the same time, instantly finding the most efficient, perfect route to the center. It's not a random walk. It's a synchronized quantum ballet. A single particle of light becomes a wave of possibility, dancing through the leaf, ensuring that not a single precious drop of solar energy is wasted. Think about that. The green world around us, the very air we breathe, is a testament to a quantum process. The tree outside your window, the grass in the park, they are all performing a silent, continuous, quantum computation that puts our fastest supercomputers to shame. Nature has been doing quantum computing for billions of years. So, what does this all mean? What is the grand, mystical secret hidden within these anomalies? It means that the fundamental separation we feel between ourselves and the universe is an illusion. We are not classical beings living in a quantum universe. We are quantum beings. The ability to be in two places at once, to be connected across vast distances through spooky action, to sense invisible fields and find perfect paths through a chaos of possibilities. These are not just quirks of physics. They are the very tools life uses to exist. This isn't just a new branch of science. It is a new origin story. It suggests that life did not emerge in spite of the quantum world, but because of it. Quantum mechanics is not the visitor in the story of life. It is the author. It forces us to ask profound, almost spiritual questions. If our genetic code is maintained by quantum information, what does that say about the nature of our blueprint? If a bird's navigation is based on entanglement, are we too entangled with the world in ways we cannot yet perceive? Is our consciousness itself, that ineffable sense of I, rooted in these quantum processes, dancing in the microtubules of our neurons? The anomalies are the clues, and the mystery is the nature of reality itself. We are standing at the precipice of a revolution that will not only redefine biology, but will redefine what it means to be alive, to be connected, to be a part of this cosmos. We're discovering that the magic we've always sought in stars and myths is written into the very cells of our bodies. We are literally made of stardust, and stardust plays by quantum rules. This is a journey I am profoundly passionate about, the exploration of these hidden layers of reality where science meets the mystical is the greatest adventure of our time. If this conversation sparked something in you, if it made you look at your own hand with a new sense of wonder, then please help this channel grow. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you don't miss our next dive into the unknown. The more we grow, the deeper we can go. And I want to hear from you. The most fascinating part of this is the conversation it starts. What anomaly captivated you the most? The quantum compass, the DNA repair, the secret life of plants? Let me know in the comments below. For those of you who want to go even further down this rabbit hole, to explore how these quantum biological mysteries connect to the very nature of the cosmos, of consciousness, and of reality as a holographic projection. I've written a book that expands on these ideas. It's called Holographic Multiverse. It's a map to the deepest layers of this new reality we're uncovering. The link to purchase your copy is in the description below. It would be an honor to guide you on that journey. Remember, the world is not what it seems. It is infinitely stranger, more beautiful, and more magical. The anomalies are the proof. Thank you for watching. Stay curious.